The purpose of our function today is twofold. One is to give thanks to God. Then number two, we have talked, many leaders have talked about that the gun now is silent. We are now peaceful. The only war we have is prosperity. So that's why today we brought the other team, you see there, to display the potential that is in this region. So since we have done away with the war we have is that one you see there. And that's why we had to bring them here. And that's why we developed the theme. Because I said, what does Thanksgiving mean? Yes, we can eat, we can celebrate, but so what? So what is important is that our celebration should be marked with something that is beneficial to the community. And that beneficial element is prosperity. That's why we brought to that team. And our theme was reconciliation, rebuilding, and transformation. So as the bishop said, this region has gone through a lot of turbulence. Some people still have stress. People are still in shock. So how do we reconcile each other? How do we rebuild this region? And how do we transform our communities? That was our theme. So first of all, I want to thank God for having given us the gift of life, for us to survive up to today. Most of our friends have died, most of our relatives have died, most of our comrades in our communities have died. But at least God has given us that gift to us, because how special are we that for us we cannot die, that we cannot follow those who have already left. Secondly, I also want to thank God for having given us good leaders. God gave us President Museveni, who sacrificed his life, I think, for the last 60 years, as he has been talking about. The last 60 years, he has been fighting to liberate this country. And for sure, he has liberated it. Now the whole of Uganda is completely peaceful. Where I was, Karamoja, where my great friends, at least now they can sleep. So we thank God for having given us good leaders who have given this country direction where we need to head to. Number two, I want to welcome all of you here and also thank you in a special way, because most of you have come from far. Imagine driving all the way from Karamoja, all the way from Western Nile, Omoro, where? To come and join me. Who am I? So I really thank you so much. And really, I can't take it for granted. But this is a sign of the trust that you have in us, the trust you have in UPDF. Because if you are indisciplined, if you are misbehaving, if you are mistreating people, I don't think you would have wasted your time to come and celebrate with us today. So I really thank you so much for sparing your time to come and celebrate with us today. The celebration that we have today here is not for me alone. It's for all of us. Because once one has been given responsibility, it's not for a job. If you have been promoted, you have been given a problem. Because if the president has promoted you, He wants results. So it's a very big test. It's a very, very big test. I have promoted you, you go and betray me. That's what it means. So if I don't work, it means I will have betrayed him, the one who has entrusted me with this responsibility. So my promotion is not only for me, but for all of us here. So we thank the President and the Chief of Defense Forces for the trust that he has put in us, but also in professionalization of the army. Me, to join the forces was as a result of the army forces. One day they visited our home. I was 7 years that time. They had a cape called Botswana cape, this big one. So they placed it on the table. It was the first time for me to see it. So I picked it, put it on the head. The man slapped me like the slap was around 50 kilograms. But I was 7 years. So I grew up hating the army. So I said, I will revenge. I will one day revenge. So we thank the Commander-in-Chief and the CDF for the constant guidance that they give us. Because for sure, we don't have any difference between the past armies and us. We are all human beings. But what is important is the control that is there. Is there anybody guiding us? Because if that guidance is not there, I think it would be the same like Amin's forces. Because what makes us special? That for us, we have the wananchi. It is the guidance that comes from the Commander-in-Chief and the CDF. But in addition to the guidance that is given in professionalizing, building capacity, because we have at least now built capacity that we can liberate the country, but also liberate our neighbors. We have liberated Rwanda. We first liberated the DRC. We liberated South Sudan. We liberated the Central African Republic. We liberated ourselves here. So it is all attributed to good leadership that we have, and it is only from the Commander-in-Chief. I want to thank the organizers. Akenan team, please, you stand in front so that they see you again. The organizers. I request you to clap for this team. Me, I have not put any single coin in this. Nothing. I have not put anything. This team has done marvelous work.
Afande Dream, you come here.
Why you want to dodge? So you people, I really thank you very, very much. What you have done today, it is not just a matter of eating. It is a matter of unity. You have united the whole region. The whole region has been united. Karamoja, Lango, Acholi, Western Nile, we are now one. It means now we can easily speak one language. If we decided to do anything, we shall do it because we are one. And it has been organized by this team. So really, thank you so much. And I wish the way you have organized this, you would organize even the next year.
True.
I think you know what I've said.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can take your seats. I also want to thank the people of this region for one, welcoming me very, very well. And even loving me. Because I think I reached here towards the end of June. But almost everyone here is my friend. So I really thank you so much for being my friends, including Mama Chama there. Mama Chama, you stand up. I have been working with Mama Chama to stabilize the upper. So Mama Chama, thank you so much. You can go back and sit. So thank you. Don't stop there. Continue. Secondly, I also want to thank the people of Acholi and other regions for embracing peace. We have undergone a lot of turbulence for a very long time. And you people, you said no, enough is enough. We need to do away with this insecurity. And you supported UPDF, and we flushed out those people who were destabilizing the region. West Nile, here in Acholi, and my friends in Karamoja. Karamoja, when I reached there, on a daily basis, I think we were witnessing around 165 raids every day. I first got confused where to begin from, because everyone was calling, Afande, they have taken, Afande, they have killed. That was as my friend from Napak said, of course with that confusion you cannot avoid quarreling. We have to quarrel, but at least we combined our efforts together and we stabilized the Karamoja. By the time I left last year in June, I think what was happening was only theft of 1 cow, 2 cows. But there was no more killing, there was no more raids. So really I want to thank you, my Karamoja friends, for having combined efforts with us to stabilize Karamoja. I even participated in the marriage of Muhammad. When he was giving away cows, I'm the one who participated in giving the cows. There were around 80 cows, so I'm the one who handed over the cows to his in-laws. So, but that, of course, that is friendship that was at the highest level. I want to thank my sister Natuk. Natuk. Natuk, you see here, is a very good mobilizer. He mobilized the Karachunas, those who were disturbing us with guns. So he had contacts with them. So we had an understanding with Natuk, and we mobilized all the Karachunas. We took them to the president gave them support, and we sensitized them. All these are efforts that helped to stabilize Karamoja. Madam Helen, thank you for coming. She's a very good mobilizer too. She's the youth. She has been, she was helping using music to mobilize the Karachunas. So she has even a song, a PDM song. I hope you heard that song here, so that you pray it for this audience to listen. Because for us who are using a gun, we are using mobile, but she was using music to send a message to the public. So I thank you so much for embracing peace. Because without peace, I don't think we would be here celebrating this, celebrating achievement. What did you celebrate when people are suffering? Yes, we still have other issues, like the abuse. Those ones we shall handle. We shall handle. Yes, we have been conducting operations arresting them, but we still have challenges. Where we arrest, we take them to court and they are released. So we go to square zero. But what we want to do now is sensitization. We want to take them for ideological training so that we can talk to them and we improve the way they look at things. Next month we are going to do ideological training on most of these youths who are disturbing the people. Now, there are many things that we need to look at as communities. One is unity, that all of us should be one person. There shouldn't be competition in anything we are doing, whether in politics, whether in economics, whether in social. We should be one person. So we need to work towards unity of our communities. Number two is that we must create teamwork. Without teamwork, there is nothing that we are going to do. Because me as an individual, I may not achieve anything. But if we are working together, the way we worked in Karamoja, because all of us were working together. If it is tracking the animals who have stolen, we all go together, chairman, 5, mayor, whoever, we go together as a team. Because there are tactics that they know that for us we may not know. So I'm appealing to all of you that we create teamwork here so that we work together. Because for us in leadership, the most important thing is accountability. We must be accountable to the people that we are assigned to. If you are a political leader, you have been voted, you must work for the people. They did not give you a vote to sit in office, enjoy AC, and enjoy a very good car. You must be on ground to work for the people. So let's create teamwork so that we identify people's problems the way we have already done. Because during our Tarehe Sita activities, we extended our services to Amur district. Amur district has been suffering because of its issues. I told you, I think, Karaburu, which had stifled service delivery. So we went to that place. There's a place called Lajarura, towards the River Nile there, in Rakanga sub-county. The whole sub-county doesn't have any health center. And it's around 40 kilometers from that place to Amur district. So the pregnant mothers, to access health services, they have to walk. Because they were telling me, if you don't have money for a boda, you walk for 2-3 days. But remember, this is a pregnant woman. So we extended our services there, and we treated over 2,000 people, although we were overwhelmed. Because by the time we closed our medical camp, we still have over 6,000 people who needed treatment. But we have talked to our headquarters. They are going to give us more medicines so that we camp there for a week or two, so that we treat people who cannot access health services. We also need to love each other. Enmity doesn't help. Enmity doesn't take us anywhere. We must love each other. If we want to prosper, we must love each other. Because our life on earth is very short. And during that short time, why do we have to be enemies? Let's love each other. We share the little that we have so that we can enjoy this world. Otherwise, if we keep being enemies, there is nowhere we are taking our country. We also need to love our country. Very, very important. That every Ugandan must love his country. Because if you love your country, it means you must love your neighbor. You love your neighbor the way you love yourself. But also, you are also ready to fight for your country. Because we cannot go into turbulence when you are here. You look at Israel. During this period, everyone, wherever he was in the whole world, all went back to Israel. I have a friend, he's very, very rich, very, very rich. But he went and held a gun. He did not look at the wealth he has, but he's looking at the safety of Israel. You can imagine he's very, very rich. He has a flying school, he has aircraft, he has everything. But he went back to go and fight. He's on the front line fighting. You can imagine. It means wealth is nothing. Wealth is nothing. If there is no peace, that wealth doesn't take anywhere. So we must love our country and be ready to fight for it. Our people you see there have suffered. Government has collected money. Government has extended money to districts, but we end up eating it. This vice of corruption, all of us, we need to fight corruption. Because our people have suffered. Instead of constructing a health center, they construct halfway. The project is paid and they leave. So all of us, wherever we are, we need to fight this thing of corruption. Because if we are fighting corruption, I think we would have progressed further where we were. So I urge you, we fight corruption. I also urge you to support government programs, but also it is related to corruption. When they were extending PDM funds of 1 million per individual, in some areas, including my village, they were giving out 500,000 and they were taking 500. Until of course we intervened, arrested some. So we need to support these government programs and make sure that they are implemented the way they are supposed to be implemented. One issue they talked about, Chairman Amur talked about, was on environmental destruction. When I reached here, Chaco was moving like no man's business. And in Amur, Rakoy, don't get irritated because I'm referring to Amur all the time. Amur has had 6 central forest reserves. But as we speak now, there is only one. There is only one. All others are down. All of them were destroyed in form of Chaco. So, but at least we have stopped it by around 90%. Yes, we still have leakages here and there, but we shall stop it 100%. We shall completely stop it. Because now what we are doing, whenever we get Chaco, even right now they have sent me a message, they have arrested a trailer. I have told them, they select one of the villages around here and they give them Chaco. Like we did yesterday, but one, we took a trailer to Kasuri. We gave people Chaco. So now we are not going to auction this Chaco again, and you leaders, please support us. If we go into auction, we go into complications. Whenever we impound Chaco, let us give vulnerable communities. Because when the environment is destroyed, it is the communities suffering. Because these are the people who are growing crops. If they dry, they are the ones suffering. Who's going to give them food? So let us compensate and give them that Chaco. But it should be a combined effort for all of us, all the leaders. Let us combine efforts and we preserve this environment together. Because when we are suffering, we suffer together. Like you can feel the heat. This heat is as a result of destroying the environment. Otherwise, if we had all the trees, it would be good. And my friends from Karamoja can give you testimony. When the president issued an executive order on Chaco, in two months, we had completely stopped Chaco burning in Karamoja. Completely. And at least it had started now turning to green. And I hope up to now there is no more burning of Chaco there. Very good. So we need to preserve our environment for the future. There are issues that we usually trade which do not help our communities. We extend tribe. Issues of tribe. This is my tribesman. This is my tribesman. Really? Where does the tribe take us? It doesn't take us anywhere. It only divides us and increases on conflict within our communities. So we need to do away issues that divide our communities, such as tribe, such as religion. They don't add anything. They don't add anything for our prosperity. So as leaders, we need to sensitize our people that there are issues or things which don't add value to our prosperity, like tribe, like religion, like etc. We need to use our cultural leaders have left, but we need to use them on teaching us culture norms again. Most of our young boys are completely spoiled. You look at these boys of Agu, these Agus. They are behaving the way they are behaving because they no longer have our traditional norms. When I was young, anybody in the community would punish us. They find you going to school, whether he's your father, whether he's not your father, he would cane you if you are playing football on the road. But today, if you touch anybody, any student on their way, you are arrested. So we need to change this. We need to go back to our basics, our cultural norms. We need to teach our people our cultural norms. I know, yes, there are challenges where now our families are completely dispersed. One kid is working in Karamoja, another one in Barara, another one. It becomes a bit hard. But if all of us were teaching these young boys our cultural norms, maybe it would change the way these youth look at things. I want to thank the church for having prayed for me and prayed for all of us and giving us blessings. The church plays a very big role, especially on disciplining us, telling us that we are going in the wrong direction, telling us that we are going in the wrong direction. And I think it doesn't need to stop in church or mosque. We need to go beyond. Because when you move around town here at night, you get very young girls, 12 years, selling themselves. Why are they doing this? Where are the parents? Where are the cultural leaders? Where are the church leaders who used to teach us what we need to do? So there is a lot that needs to be done. I also want to thank all those who contributed to this function. I really thank you so much, including General Saleh, who was supposed to be our chief guest today, but we had another crucial meeting to attend to. I want to thank you again for coming to my function. It is very, very important that we work together for peace during this peace time, for security, and even for prosperity. Because if our people are poor, you get rest assured that insecurity is going to be high. Because managing somebody on an empty stomach is very, very complicated. So let's try to improve household incomes so that indirectly we control and contribute to security. That's why you see these Agus at a rising town. By 6 people have closed their shops at a rising town because they have nothing to eat. Otherwise, if they had something to eat, they wouldn't be rising. So my fellow officer that I work with already introduced, but I could introduce few. There is Kano Kayanja, who is my deputy. Whenever I'm not around, he's there. There is Kano Biaranga, Nancy Oyeye. This one is a GA. Because he mobilized the GA very well and he created peace, that's why you have taken him now to APA. So that now the issues of APA, because he's a very good mobilizer, he can unite the Acholi and unite the Madi. Because what we are talking about, this tribalism thing, it is the one causing the problem where? In APA. So the efforts that we are doing now is to unite these people. Now we have started talks, to talk to the Madi, talk to the Acholi, and at the later stage, we bring them together. We have one meeting so that we reconcile them, so that they start coexisting together. Because really, why should they keep running up and down, killing each other? What have they benefited after all these killings that we have witnessed in APA? It is Kano Mua who brought this idea. Kano Mua Sansana. There is Kano Nabeta, who is the admin officer. There is Lieutenant Kano Nasan, the Nomugisha, is the brigade commander of the other part of West Nile. Paidan, Bezo, Mbo, etc. He's also a very good mobilizer. There is Lieutenant Kano Kafureka. This one remained in Karamoja, but he's my great friend. We worked together in Special Forces, we left together to Karamoja, so he came to be with me here. He's the one now handling the GA in Kotido. There is Lieutenant Kano Kagwa. He's the commander who hits the aircrafts which want to attack us. There is Major Waho. He's the deputy commander of Air Force Wing. He's the one who commands all these aircrafts that we have here. This region has to be safe because we have attack aircrafts here. In case if there is danger, he's there. We have Lieutenant Kano Moses, the one of logistics. The rest you stand up to be seen. All of you officers and men in uniform and police. We have Kanye SJ, who is the deputy RPC. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Thank you for having us. Thank you for trusting us. UPDF has survived because of the strategic relationship that we have with you, Wananchi. And it is not by mistake that we are given a name, Uganda People's Defense Forces. It is not our